The Barcelona is a unique and special property. From the architecture to the proximity to beautiful things in this city, now Caras Park, right next door, there's a lot worth protecting. Beneath all that, time has started to take its toll, and there's some critical repairs that we can't postpone. There's safety concerns, aging infrastructure, and deferred maintenance that need our attention now. This proposed special assessment is an investment in the future, and we'll hear next from some experts that can explain what's going on.
Hello, Barcelona Condominiums. My name is Mark Gonzalez. I'm with Vortex Roofing. I run and operate it. Unfortunately, back in 2016, the previous company did not do some of the stuff that should have been done. Now, this is what you call TPO. It's a membrane. And as we walk through this roof, you're going to see a couple of areas of where water is penetrating because unfortunately it was not done the right way. And this is on unit 6, but if it's on unit 6, it's also happening on the other units. Now I want you to watch when I step right here. Look at that water. All that water is trapped underneath there. There's actually a hole here. That water is deteriorating the decking that's underneath there. Look at that. I mean, right there, that's major damage. Here's another item that we found that has not been exposed. This, just kicking this should not be able to be moved. It should be like this. See, on this, it's like a balloon. We cut a section, a core is what we call it, because we want to find out what we're dealing with. So right here, we cut a hole to see how many levels of roofing material are on top of each other. We found 5. That is a lot of weight. We need to take every one of those applications, those roofing applications off. Leaks could be happening anywhere and traveling and making their way all the way down. Even though we find a leak here, by the time it gets into the unit, it'll be over there. There is no drainage. All the water is staying on top of the roof. I was here on Saturday for 4 hours just cleaning this one unit, making sure all the water was off so we can repair it today. The roof that I want to install should last 30 to 40 years. With me, you're getting a 10-year on workmanship warranty. The manufacturer on top of that backs me up for another 20 years. There is so many shortcuts that they took in installing this roof. So with me, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to stand behind our work. I am Vortex Roofing. I'm not a sales rep. This is my company, and I take pride in what we do.
All right, well, hi, I'm Domingo Rex from Grupo Centro Construction. I've dealt with a lot of these old buildings here in Alamo Heights. We have some termite damage in a lot of the beams that are holding up the balconies on the second floor. So here clearly you can see the damage on the beam, and this creates kind of a safety issue. These beams, when they're infested with termites like this, are pretty much hollow, so they're not supporting any more weight, and you know, it can fail at some point. It really is a safety issue. And here we do need to replace the whole column, which is 18 feet. All of them have damage. And this is worse or more dangerous because these columns are holding the whole weight of the balcony. So in this case in particular, I do see a higher risk of eventually the whole structure collapsing. Okay, we're here in building 5, and for some reason these wood beams that go all the way to the other side of the building have been lifting up and are not supported anymore from the steel beam. That makes me think that in the center of the building the beams are starting to sag a little, and that's why it lifts the ends up. So it's all becoming again, a structural issue. Again, these beams right here that are holding up the balcony on the 3rd floor have termite damage. And again, this is structural. This is holding up the weight of the balcony. All these beams need to be either repaired with steel or replaced. So there is termite damage, which immediately becomes a structural issue. All right, so one of the other issues with the condo is the breakers on these panels. They're 50 years old. Federal Pacific breakers being this old do pose a fire risk. Now, the proposal to replace them would offset the cost of the insurance, because you would be saving that 10% extra. And I believe in maybe 6 or 7 years you can recover the cost of replacing this. And replacing these will upgrade them, and they'll be good for the next 30, 40 years. So this is, to me, would be one of the most important and pressing things to do, just to stop paying that extra for the insurance and to avoid that fire risk, because I mean, again, they're old and it is a risk. So I think you should really change them.